Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi. Good morning. Hey, Sparka. Oh, I can't see everybody's names. I gotta get my other phone up because my eyes are getting old. Oh, get my little stand. I am. Somebody, somebody who's here this morning left me a message in my reviews that says she missed me being on in the morning. So here I am. I am on in the morning. So I'm gonna try to do some more earlier. I'm trying to adjust to just my new workflow, and but I'm good. So today I decided I'd go ahead and start at 9 like I used to do back in the day. So I know, right? Thank you for that. I do listen to those. I'm not so good about responding to them, but um, to the reviews, but I read them and I appreciate them. And when you say things like to me like that, I take it to heart. And so here I am. Oh, you're new too. Cheers. Yes. Cheers. Cheers. Yummy. The coffee starts the day, y'all. So I really can't read that. Wow. I'm gonna be 43 in a few weeks and I'm feeling it. I feel like my vision's really taking a dive. Wenlow. So how long have you been on the app? The Matt. Truer words have never been spoken. 1 week. Well, how are you liking it so far? Oh my gosh. Nigel's the best. I love her style. Um, I don't personally have cats, but she makes me want to have a cat real bad because the fact that she can come up with such fun things. They've got oh my gosh, it's darling. Yeah, welcome, welcome. And I love her personality. She the first time I met her, well, not met her, first time I saw her do a show, um, she has a British accent, and so I could just listen to that all day. Like that's just been my whole life. I've been this way. If you have a British accent, I'm all ears. I'm like, huh? You said what? Can you repeat that? But she is so funny and she's spunky. She does raid trains with new sellers, and she is a new seller on here, I mean, it won't last for her. She's full of life, but she'll do so well on here. But like she dresses up for it, and she even bought like a train whistle. So when she's doing shows, it's just she dresses up, she does all things. I just love it. I love it so much. Yeah, she has a beautiful voice. Oh, the fan is getting me today. I need to knock that down a notch. Um, but yeah, the that's one thing I really love about this platform is that there's so many uh, different types of people. And as a homebound person, like this is the only way I'm really gonna really know people. Um, and it's just been so nice to be able to just you can swipe into a show and some of them are gonna be like, "Ooh, this is not for me," and you swipe right out. It's nice that you can just flip through and find somebody you love and hang out, and then uh, when their show's over, they're either gonna send you to somebody else that's fun, or uh, you and they end and you just go find somebody else, and like so it's constant, and it's been a TV replacer for me. I don't watch TV. Well, I didn't really watch TV a lot already, but I definitely don't watch it now. I'd rather just listen to the chat and watch people sell, and people interact in the chat. I'm a people watcher by nature, just from always being kind of an outsider. So I really enjoy it. Well, welcome in, everyone. So today is buyer seller support. So whether I can help answer questions, or for those that are with us in the chat, if there's a question that I can't answer, or even if I do answer it, but someone has another viewpoint, this is where we can come together. And there's no wrong question, just the one you're not asking is the only wrong one. So don't leave any questions off the table. Leave them all on the table. Um, I've been contemplating since last night. I was in a show, and I went to several shows yesterday while I was packing orders and stuff. Like I said, even when I'm working, I'm listening to whatnot. But there was a consensus about doing buyer seller support, and what that can do for me as a seller. That was a negative thing, and it was about you can teach people how to do things, and then it might be at your own expense. And I thought about that a lot last night. I was like, I wonder. I'd never thought about it that way because I'm just an acts of service person. So it's in my nature to want to help, regardless of what it is, whether it's business or personal or whatever. It doesn't matter. Um, and so I really thought about it a lot, and I decided that it's just like everything else on the platform. It's not for everyone. Just because you sell does not mean that you are obligated to teach anybody anything. And if someone doesn't help you, it doesn't mean that they just don't want to. It's that that's not what they're here to do. So just know that as you meet people on the app, don't don't take it to heart. When things aren't, if things don't seem like your way, it's okay. Like there's really no right or wrong way to do whatnot unless you're just a jerk. That is the wrong way to do whatnot. Don't be a jerk. Treat people the way you want to be treated. But outside of that, not everybody's gonna. Some people are just truly focused on growing their business, and just working on their business, and they don't make the time for other people's questions and businesses because they're dedicated to their own. And that's okay. That is actually something that once you do begin to sell, you really need to focus on your shows. You need to focus on what you're doing and what makes you better, and not worry about anything else. Um, but as for buyer seller support, I'm going to continue to do it. It really did make me pause. I was like, maybe I'm making a bad decision. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this because I am new still, and I'm not a premier seller or anything. I just yeah, the wrong way to do whatnot is to scam people, which are sellers like out there that on this app. Oh yeah, be an informed buyer. Be an informed buyer. That's partly why my show specifies that it's not just for sellers. I'm here for buyers as well. Um, when you start making purchases on the internet, you got to know that when you're spending your hard-earned dollars, that you want to know where they're going. Um, so purchase wisely. Purchase from people that it's a feel good purchase. Um, support the ones that are uh, that align with your values. That you don't want to support someone that is wronging someone. At least for me, that's how I operate. If I know that you are a shady individual, my dollars are never going to come your way. They're not. They're just not. Um, and the way you treat other people matters to me. If you're rude to people, if any of that, I get people can have a bad day, but my dollars are not going that direction. You know, um, so just know, as a buyer, ask questions, do the things. Don't do you reach out to whatnot to get your refund? Oh wait, hang on. I received someone else's order from a seller and reached out to them to see if they would send me a label to sit it on. The excuse was that they had a helper, no response. Oh, Um, First of all, uh, you did not receive your order, so absolutely. Oh, you also received yours. Okay, so on the label, it shows the handle of the person. Oh no, it won't. On the shipping label, was there a shipping label inside? It was handwritten. Oh, that's just weird. Was there a packing slip? My whatnot label was on the other person's. Okay, so hang on a second. You got the box. The box had your name on the outside, but the contents were not yours. Yes? Okay. But inside the box, was it your packing slip or their packing slip? Okay, so on that packing slip, their handle's on there. I would reach out to them and I would say, just so you know, you need to get a refund because I'm sitting on your order. And if we can figure out how to get this to you, we'll do it. But you need to, yeah. Because the other part of that is that the seller sent you, because I'm not gonna lie, I have accidentally sent somebody the wrong order. The labels got swapped. I did that really early on and it was so embarrassing. Um, but the packing slips were correct. It was just the labels after the fact. Never pack two boxes at the same time. First of all, never pack two boxes at the same time. That was what I was doing wrong. I was multi-packing. Just don't do that. You don't want to do that. But I would reach out to the buyer and say, "Hey, I reached out to the seller, not getting anything back, and I'm sitting on your order. Um, Definitely get a refund and let me know if there's anything I can do. You know, yeah, that's insane to me. Why is it takes like 2 minutes to go in and uh I'm very new to selling my yarn I don't use. How do I get over the anxiety of putting something up that didn't sell last show? Oh, Spook, here's the deal. Every day, new people. Every day there's new people. Every day there's somebody that was there yesterday that maybe thought they didn't want it yesterday and now they want it today. So don't ever hang on, oh, it didn't sell, it must not be liked. Every day you're going to get new eyes. New eyes. So every time you show something, you show it like it's the first time you're showing it because also we forget what we see. So if you bring it back the next day, chances are I forgot you showed it to me yesterday anyway. Yeah, we are old. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Penny. Thank you. Yeah. My 3-month old is talking to you. Oh, Mindy. Hello, hello. Good morning. Also, people miss what, yes, people are in and out. People swipe in, swipe out. Gotta go answer the door, answer the phone, check dinner, you know, just and when something doesn't sell, maybe just for a little while, because it kind of sucks when you show something and nobody wants it. It's not that nobody wants it. Just remember, nobody saw that. Just tell yourself, nobody saw that. I guess everybody was looking away because you if you know it's a good product and you're showing that product, trust that. Don't worry about if it's sold or not. It will sell. Most stuff sells itself. You just have to show it, and the right eyes have to be watching. Let's see. Everything has a time. Yes, absolutely. No, not today. In the middle of something. Yeah. So yeah, never take it to heart. You know, just keep doing your show. Show it in the same show. Bring it back. There's several times that I'll do a show and I'll run through what I have, and then because people come in and out, new people all the time. Come back, show it again. Like in case y'all missed it earlier, let's do a replay. To make it a positive thing that you weren't here earlier, you missed out, but I'm not gonna let that get in the way. I'm gonna show it to you again just in case you didn't miss it. Yeah, reruns. Yeah. Hey, K Met. Sometimes I'm talking to myself. Yup, that can happen too. I always tell people have something to do. So if you are very, very new and you don't have returning people on the regular, have a craft. Have whether it's just a doodle book or maybe it's you're reading. Read a book, like anything. Just do something that you're engaging and you can glance up. That way, you're not just staring into the abyss. Do not do promotions. In my opinion, it's not really worth it. So the promotions are good if Whatnot's footing the bill. Because I'm pretty sure as a new seller, they give you, I think, $25 to promote yourself, something like that. Always utilize free money. I'm all for that. Free's for me. I hope it's for you too. But investing in promoting, um, just know that it will boost where you're at in the list of shows. It will enhance your algorithm. However, it enhances it from wherever you're at. It doesn't put you to the top. It does on the list, like it'll move you to the top of the list there. But when people are just in a show and swipe out of a show, it's gonna boost how quickly you're shown in there, but not immediate. So really, uh, the promoting thing for me, I think is better if you are doing something like a huge giveaway with a lot of amazing sales going on. If there's something big going on in your show, promoting might be worth it. But if you're having a regular show, I don't see the value in it at all. Yes, and be on long enough to, yes, that too. Absolutely. I told Caleb no. Yeah, no, he's coming back. Able to promote show. Yes. This during this show, let us know if you're a seller or a buyer or both. Let everybody know and what you like to buy, what you sell. It really helps when you're new to the platform to get out there. Even as a buyer, like I like to buy this kind of stuff, and people will say, "Oh, I love this show, and I get stuff like that from this show or that show." Be communicative in the chat. Seller sometimes. Oh, Ash. Y'all, if you love Pokemon, I got to see some beautiful Pokemon art from Ash, and he takes the Pokemon cards, and everywhere there's not imagery, he adds it. He adds it to it. They're so cool looking. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to find one, like a certain one. I want to find the right one, and I'm gonna take it up to Matt. Can you do this one for me, please? It's gonna be for Caleb. His birthday's coming up, so buyer all the time. Yes, buyer all the time. Seller, well, all the time. I also sell all the time. I'm on here Monday through Friday. Oh, absolutely. I want to find the because he loves Guardian. Uh, I want to sell, and he would hate it if I painted on one of his, so I have to find one. Guard, you know what? Come on, help me out. I'm not so good at the names. They're so weird. I want to sell on here handmade bags, but saying it's hard too. But I love making bags, so I'm working on my inventory, but scared to start. All right, B. Here's the thing. Um, that type of category is growing exponentially every day. So the sooner you do it, the the less you'll regret it later. So that's first and foremost. This platform is growing, and it needs more. Uh, what's the right word without offending some people? I'm not worried about offending people, but I want to use the right word here. Um, we need the platform to not go down. We need our sellers to be top notch. We need our sellers to show up and do what they say what they do, uh, bring the product, bring the energy. Um, it's important, So whatever we can do, your AI homepage, I'm age is world class. Oh, thanks, Jean. I love using that sucker. It's so fun. Um, but yeah, you need to. I regret not starting sooner. That's it. That's the if I had any regret at all is that I didn't start sooner because I let my nerves get in the way. But if you're making handmade bags and like you just said you love it, that is going to resonate with people. People can tell. There's a lot of stuff going on here in all different categories where it's bland or it's just more of the same. You want to stand out. And when you love something, that's going to make a difference. So yeah. No. Liar. Definitely planned. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We're hearing that. The last thing City Stash is bland. Let's just say it that way. I'm thinking of selling fabric bundles, but I was wondering if I could cross over and sell my kids. Absolutely. I sell in so many different categories. Just do you. Don't don't overthink being yourself. If that's what you want to do, not doing it is also going to show that you're going to have that feeling of I'm not doing what I really want to be. Do what you want to be doing. Absolutely. First and foremost, if you want to do bundles and kids clothes, do it. Absolutely. Yeah. Think outside of the box too. So, if you are doing fabrics, and you've got a kids line of fabrics, integrate that. Be like, hey, and while I'm showing you this, check this out. This is going to be in my next show. Promote that next show, even if it's out of category. People that buy fabric still want to buy their kids' clothes, So don't. And people, when they're buying their kids' clothes, might also be interested in fabric. So just mention that you do both. That's be you, do you, and tell people about it. The people that want to be there are going to show up. The people that don't know about you are potentially going to find you. So just always be doing you. um Fake is it's here. There's a lot of fakeness going on here. You just have real sees real, and I feel that if I go in a show and it just seems off or like not genuine, it's hard to stay because there's not a real connection happening. And this app is about connecting. So if you're not connecting with the seller, guess what? You can swipe right out. That's the beauty of Whatnot. You're not entitled. You're not going to be entangled into that mess. You just get out of there. Go on to the next one. Yeah, always be yourself, and because you're not ever going to be everyone's cup of tea, but that's why there's juice and coffee and water and tequila. So don't worry about being someone's cup of tea. Yes, and know your worth. Ash, that is such a great point. If you are going to be doing anything handmade at all, know your worth and don't budge. Don't do it. There are people on this app every day more and more that appreciate the work that goes into handmade things, and selling it for any less than what it should be going for is just, it's not, I don't want to say it's cheapening you because that sounds kind of ugly, but it's taking away from your worth. It is. um if you made this thing and you're like, this thing is worth at least $40, and then you come on and then you show it and nobody buys that $40 that day, that does not mean that the very next show someone's not going to bid it up. Don't be chasing the sale. You what you have will sell itself. Also be critical of your work though. If you be mindful. I have been in shows where someone's selling a handmade thing and they want X amount of dollars for it, and I'm, as a maker myself, I'm like, well, that I would not buy that for that price. So be mindful of that. But when you know you got the goods, you let that thing sell itself. Don't sell yourself short. Oh, that's great, Christine. Yeah, don't sell yourself short. If you don't know what to charge for something, um ask people, hey, I'm thinking about offering this in future shows. Don't offer it right then and there. Say, hey, this is something that I'm bringing to the show. I'm trying to price it out. I feel like this is what I really want for it, but and some people will tell you, that's too cheap, or that's I wouldn't pay that for it. And that kind of honesty is important. It really does help, but still always go with your gut. Always go with what you feel is right. And if you're not getting what it's worth, this might just not be the platform for it, but it doesn't mean that you can't sell other things or still come on and grow a community. Just might need to pivot, you know, be like Ross, pivot and do something different. So yeah. Oh, before I forget, I changed up some listings for you guys. So if you are looking for screenshots to help you be a better seller, if you go to the auction tab now, I moved it out of the buy it now. It was getting too confusing because you have to create it as like a purchase in order for it to be in there. So I moved everything over to the auction tab. If you go to that auction tab, you can go through, click the pictures, and then click the picture twice. You want to click it again so that way it goes full screen. All of that information in there is ready to go. You screenshot it, save it in your album. It's all good to go. You can reference it later, maybe make an album in there. And if you would prefer it to be all in one in a PDF, easy to use handbook, I do offer that in the shop. Just type Beyond the Bid, and that handbook will pull up. It's $10, and it has everything there for you, places to keep notes. But I did, after several requests, end up making the handbook. So the screenshots are always free. That's always going to be available for me. But if you want a more flow of production, the handbook is ready to go. I'll post it below, and that will be there for you guys. You get it via Google Drive, so you'll just send me your email, and you will get a link to it that you can view it anytime you want, anywhere you are. And there it is. I went into Yarn Seller show, and the person was getting pissy and mad. No one was buying and was snapping at people. Ugh. Yeah. Hey, sometimes people have a bad day. I get that. But you don't take it out on others. You just turn your show off. You're like, all right, I'm gonna do this again later. Bye. And you turn your show off, because that's off-putting. That kind of behavior, even if it was just one bad day, could be someone's last time ever coming to your show. Right? I mean, unless you know the person. I think at this point, if I came on here and I was being pissy, y'all would be like, girl, go have a snack and come back later. Y'all would just tell me. But if you're a new person and nobody knows you enough to tell you, you need a Snickers bar, that might not go so great. Yeah. I would have been like, bye. Hope your day gets better. Yeah, it's insane. Oh, yeah, no. And that's the thing. And that, as a buyer, you can do that. You don't have to go back. That's the thing, is Whatnot. You get one chance to make a first impression, but because of the way you can swipe in and out, you run the risk of somebody just straight up blocking you, so they never have to worry about coming into your show. And I highly recommend that. And you know what? Some people are going to not like that I said that. But if you have a show and I can't stand your show, if you are that type of person where you're nasty and you just talk down about people or things, if you are a negative Nancy, I don't want you showing up. I want everything that I bring into my life through my eyes to bring me joy. And if I come into a show and I am not being filled with joy, I don't want to even have 2 seconds of it. It's just no. So if you're yelling at me or us as the chat, I don't like the yelling. I also don't like dead shows, if I go in a show and there is nothing happening, there's no person, there's no sound, there's nothing, I almost hate that more than the chat, chat, chat. I just, ugh. What do you think about starting out with a chat day before actually starting to sell? Love it. Here we are. So I do these. Absolutely love my coffee and chat. It gives me a chance to sit down and settle in for the day. And yeah, I would say yes. Now, how much time you dedicate to that, that's another thing, because I'll be on here sometimes all day. Today, I'm only going to be on for another 25 to 55 minutes. Between 10 and 10:30, I'll be getting off of here. But yeah, meet and greet, perfect. Absolutely. Um, it just needs to be genuine. You have to really want to be on and just chat. If that's really not what you're here for, people will see that and they will be like, oh, okay, I'm out on that. That's I have watched, especially in the Disney category, because I'm also a Disney lover. Um, some of the sellers in there, they will pop on, they will show you all of their inventory, get you all hyped about it, and then they're like, okay, bye. And then they'll send you to somebody else's show. And then you're like, oh, but what if I miss when you actually decide to sell that stuff? They give you that fear of missing out. So, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of, I got bait and switched right there because I'm coming back. So it works. Definitely always be mindful of your business when you're doing it. When I do this show, I mention that I'm on all week. I tell you, hey, I'm going to be back on tomorrow. This is what I'm doing tomorrow, or this is what I have coming up in a couple weeks if it's something real big and exciting happening. Use that opportunity to promote yourself. It's better to promote yourself in your own show than it is to go into somebody else's and be like, hey, blah blah blah. It is. It's better. Um, Now, when I have shows like this, it's for that. So when I'm doing this show, absolutely promote away. But when I'm working, I don't really like it. I don't like it when I'm actually working and then I it's like an interruption. So it's just being mindful of that. So that's another reason why I really like dedicating some time to doing these types of shows, because I want to know, I want to help, and this is the time, the place. Um, and so definitely promote away. Absolutely promote away. But when I'm actually working, I prefer not to have my show interrupted. That is my personal preference. It doesn't mean that I'll be upset if somebody does it. I'm probably just won't pay any attention to it. I won't draw any attention to it because I'm working. So and I hope that people can understand that and not, get their feelings hurt about it, because it's nothing negative. It's just I'm working. So when I'm working, I don't want to stop what I'm doing. Um, but yeah, always feel free to ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. Nothing. Nothing wrong with it. I do recommend asking if you want to promote in someone's show. I recommend asking them privately, whether it's through using the word boobs or muff or private message before their show starts. That kind of thing. That's how most people ask me, is through Red Chat. They'll ask, "Hey, can I promote?" And I will say yes most times. It doesn't mean I'll draw attention to it. Like, I might say yes and I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and you can, do it in the chat or whatever. And some people might say no. And it might tell you in the show notes. Always read show notes. As a buyer, read the show notes. If you're a seller and you're in someone else's show, read the show notes. If it says promote away, utilize that. Absolutely utilize that. But make sure that it's accepted before you do it. Yeah, and if right. And there's always the passive aggressive way of saying that you do shows. It cracks me up. Uh like when when you're in a show and somebody comes in and says, um uh I just had a show, or if there's any way of mentioning you're a seller without flat out saying I'm a seller, it happens. It does. It does. So any type of promotion like that is self promotion. If you ask, can I promote? Even if you don't put boobs or something on there to red chat it, just saying, do you let people promote, is saying, hey, I'm a seller. Can I promote? Like, you're still saying it without saying it. So just kind of be mindful of that. It takes a lot of work to do live shows. And so and most of the time it is a very brand new seller. And so they may or may not know, which is also why I do these shows. So that way you don't get your head bit off or get blocked out of somebody's show for asking or promoting when you shouldn't have. There's things you can do to help prevent that from happening. Yeah. Yeah, and that just like that. So Christine doesn't mind if you promote in her show. And like I said, for the most part, I don't mind it either. Just I don't want to interrupting my show. I don't want to. I don't want to. If it's happening, it's happening. I'm just not going to interact. I just don't. I don't draw any more attention to it when I'm in the middle of doing what I'm doing. But in this show specifically, I want you to be promoting your show. Promote your shows in here. Tell us what you sell, why you sell it, how long you've been on the platform. The more you're interactive, the more people are going to want to come to your show because you're interacting, you're engaging. Yes, absolutely. But there's also that level of respect that when someone is in the middle of they're doing their job, they're working, letting them do their job too. So uh, yeah, respect goes both ways. So and the treat people the way you want to be treated truly just is the blanket of all things. So if you were doing a show and you were already nervous and trying to stay on track, and I've been on the platform for over a year, and there's still times I get nervous. So just if you're asking things, if you're coming into shows, just treat people the way you would want to be treated if you were in the middle of a show. That's it. That literally that just covers literally everything. Yeah, stress. Absolutely. It's nervous. Yeah, you get nervous. Um, when you work on a platform where anybody can come in at any time, anybody, anytime. There's a little bit of nerves there. You never know. For instance, the other day, well, I say the other day, time flies. I'm doing a show, and Miss City Stash herself comes raiding into my show, and I was like, oh, oh, okay. Hi, everybody. Like it just, whoo, you get like this rush of, oh crap, because you go from what's comfortable and I had about 30 people in my show and it was comfy and we were doing our thing and just going through the motions and then whoosh, cactuses for days. And I got so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, is it because it does it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. There's just this it was the mixed feeling of uh I was kind of winding down for the day, and so I was kind of I was unsure of if I was going to keep selling or not. And then there was this is a great opportunity to like showcase myself and the fabric that I have, and it was just too much all at one time. I felt like I was going to explode because I was excited, nervous, scared to death all at the same time. So yeah, it doesn't it just it is. It's just one of those things. I don't know if that'll ever normalize. Um because I see sellers that have like thousands of people in their show and then a raid comes in there like, "Hey, welcome in 510 people." Like, "Oh my god, if 510 people came into my show, I'd freak out." So evidently there's a place where it becomes maybe normal. But I'm not there yet. I'll tell you that right now. I am not there. So yeah, just know that being nervous means that you care. That's it. You care because you're experiencing it along with everyone else. So anywho, any other questions about selling, buying, anything? Drop the questions away. Oh, hey, if you had two people come through your show, that means something. I'm telling you right now, there are times that you can go on this platform and no one come in. You have to just stay consistent. Just do 20 minutes. Actually not terrible if you're just getting those kinks worked out on coming on. But the best thing to do is to stay on for at least an hour to 2 hours if you can. Just it boosts your algorithm being live that long. Yeah, 2 hours is really like, once you're on for that long, that algorithm changes for you, and more people will see you. Now, granted, when people are in and they're just talking, if you get even one person to hang out and just chat with you, that chat engagement boosts your algorithm. Uh, Shopping the shop, sharing the shows, all that stuff, it helps how you're seen and how often you're seen on the platform. And yes, time of day, change it up. So I don't really do night shows. I do night classes, but I don't typically do evening shows. And I had to discuss with my husband. I was like, I really think that I need to break my day up. I'm doing these really, really long shows all day long, and I don't want to get burnout because I'm enjoying what I'm doing, but I think I need to structure it different. And he's like, well, why don't you just do like a 4 and 4 instead of a straight 8? And I was like, maybe I'll try that. So I don't know when I'll do it. Probably after, once school starts back up and my daughter's back to her normal routine. I probably won't do it over the summer, but once school starts, I'll probably do some 4 and 4 instead of an 8 hour day. Um, yeah. Now the tapping the screen, I have been told by several people directly with Whatnot that's a feel good thing for the seller, but that it doesn't actually boost any algorithms. That is just a way to truly purely show love to the seller. Um, Now I haven't like directly reached out to Whatnot to ask about that, but I did hear it from somebody that is on the regular with Whatnot, and they said that that was a pure just sending the love to a seller, that it doesn't really boost the algorithm. But uh, I think it matters whether it boosts or not. If I come into a show and there's just like all the hearts going on, I want to know what's happening in there. So I watch you while I work. Aw, yay! I do mostly evening shows. Yeah, Athena, that you always do what's best for you, and then your people will come. They will be there. You will find your people. Yes, holiday conventions. So normally when like, I don't do weekend shows either. I typically just do Monday through Friday. Um, but I've noticed that, number one, not everyone celebrates every holiday that's happening. And the reasons for that are astronomical. There's all kinds of reasons why people don't celebrate holidays all the same way. And thank goodness for that we don't all do the exact same thing all the time. That'd be boring. But no day is off limits. No time is off limits. There is someone shopping on Whatnot. There are hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, shopping on Whatnot 24/7. So always just do what's best for you, and people will come. You will find what works best for you as you just, trial and error different times of the day. But always just do what's best for you. And if this doesn't work out, that's okay. You have to make sure you're doing what's best for you. Um, if you can change your shows around and change your times, do it. If you can't, you can't, and that's that. Don't beat yourself up about it. Seems a little. Oh, absolutely. When there's a physical event happening, um, just know that people. So, like Comic Con, for instance, I'm going to use that as an example. Took my kids there one year. If I know Comic Con is coming to my area, or this big huge event, right? I'm saving money for that. So I'm going to probably be on less to make sure that I don't accidentally swipey swipe myself out of any money for my fun trip that I'm going to take. Absolutely. Summertime sales on Whatnot can dip during the summer because people are going on vacation. Their kids are home. They've got extra food going down throats. They got all kinds of things. Get extra gas money because there's more going and doing. There's there's a lot of things that can change how people spend and what people spend money on. But this platform is growing, And there are people with all different financial situations. And don't let it deter you. Just always do you. That's it. Now, if you're trying to make this your sole income, that's probably going to be not fun for a little while. That's a scary, scary thing. But if you start this out as just maybe supplementary or for fun or to cover something and something specifically or whatever, um, set realistic goals. And if those things just keep bursting and you just keep breaking goals, reevaluate, see what you want to do. But definitely take it take it easy on yourself. Um, over 1 million people on absolutely. I don't doubt that one bit. Not at all. That's it. It's growing. Yes, and celebrate your goals that you achieve, no matter how big, no matter how small. Let's say last show you had three. Somebody had mentioned they only had two people come through their show. Instead of saying I only had two people come in my show, first of all, I had people come to my show. Bravo. Now, next goal. Let's see if I can get four people to come into my show. Yes, you got two new. Exactly. You have to change that negative Nancy in there. You got to turn that biatch off. Turn her off. Focus on the positive. Yeah, focus on the positive. You had two people come into your show. Two new people. And then say next time one of them. So say one of them comes back the next day, and then a new person. I had a return customer and a new person. Or if the same two people are the same two people that comes back, they both came back. You have to think positive all the time. If you're going to be negative about everything, you put out there into the universe all kinds of things, and put out good. Make sure don't. There's always going to be something trying to tear you down. Don't let it. We choose what tears us down. Don't think I only get 4 hours of sleep before. Think I get a 4 hour nap before work. Exactly. Yeah. Silver lining. Always look for the silver lining. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right. Any questions? Any questions? Always drop a question mark with your questions, or if you want to get my attention directly. And that's in anybody's show. If you're really trying to reach out to the mods or the seller of the show, the normal chat can get lost. It'll be moving. Hopefully it's moving. So always, even if it's not a question per se, add a question mark. It turns your comment yellow and brings more attention to it for the seller to read and for the mods as well. So yeah, if you have any questions about selling at all, buying at all, anything, ask away. I'll be on for about 10 to 40 more. Like, I don't know if sometime between 10 and 10:30, I'll rate us out into a super fun show. And then I'll come back later today. I'll pop up. Um, so yeah, if there's any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. Yes, and if you want to talk directly to the mods and the seller without anyone else seeing your comment, there are words that, like PayPal. If you type PayPal into the chat, it'll turn it red. So if you type that and then a question or say something, only the seller and their mods will be able to read that. Pop into mine tonight. Oh yes, you sent me the reminder, right? I hope you did. If not, just send me a reminder. What kind of ship types do you recommend for new sellers? What kind of ship types? Oh, 90s trauma during last show. Oh gosh. Have you seen the backstory about that little girl? Ash. Oh my gosh. I did not know. The fact that he did the voiceover of that scene after she had already passed away. And so when he actually did that scene, when he was reading that scene, she had already passed away. And so he was like that, it was like a genuine, oh, yes. She was the voice of Ducky. Okay. So for shipping types, sorry. See, squirrel. It happens. It's part of the thing. Now, do you mean? Oh no, it no. She passed away before that was. Yeah, no, that was 100% true. Yeah, and I think it was under weird circumstances how she passed as well. I don't remember that part as much, but I just remember the him recording his that line, and it was like awful. On the shipping, hang on, let's get Mindy, ship types. Are you meaning the settings for shipping? Yes, her father. That's yes. It was bad. I knew it was something traumatic, but I couldn't remember exactly how it was. Yeah. Um, what size flat rates are just? Oh, okay. So first, let me pin something really, really important on here. I'm a visual learner. So if you do get my handbook, just so you know, it's not written like a novel. It is very much little bits of information, chunks of information, small bites, easy to digest kind of thing. Um, but if you go to the auction tab, I'm going to pull up my shipping thing here so I can. Oh, where are you at? Where are you at? Let's see if this is the right one. Yes, this is it. I have a few shipping ones. Okay. All right. So if you click that picture and then open it up and then swipe over to the second picture, full screen it, that shows you what boxes you can use, what boxes not to use. Now, for me, um, free is for me. So any type of flat rate or priority boxes that I can get from USPS, it's happening. I do padded envelopes, I do medium flat rate, large flat rate, and then I do standard priority shipping boxes for odd shaped things that will still be under 5 pounds. So definitely have a little bit of a lot of them. When you first start out, don't buy a ton. Otherwise, you're going to have to dedicate a whole area of your house. Ask me how I know. But get the boxes in and have some. That way you can test fit. So if you sell a lot of the same types of things, you can see which ones work best for you and your business. Um, when I did yarn, a lot of what I did was priority, large priority, and uh, large flat rate because I could fit a ton in there, and the weight was relatively decent. So that's what I would recommend doing if you're going to be selling yarn specifically. In the fabric realm of things, fabric condenses down quite a bit. So I utilize more of the side loading with the self seal, um, the the poly mailers, that kind of thing. So it really matters on what you sell and how you want to get it packed and shipped. But free, there's so much free stuff out there. The things that are not free, if you go to my buy it now, you can screenshot and grab those listings and find them on the internet, or you can buy them directly from my shop if you prefer. Um, but those are the products that I use that are not free, and I highly recommend them. It's why I put them in there. I have purchased so much tape, poly bags, padded mailers, um, different kinds of thank you stickers, numbering system stickers, and a lot of them ended up being garbage. The ones that are in my shop are the ones that I recommend, that that I personally use on a regular basis. I like the quality, I like the price. Um, that's that. So there's liners for your boxes. There's poly mailers in there. There's envelopes for when you're doing giveys. They self seal. That's important. You don't want to be spending a bunch of time licking and sticking stuff. You don't want to just don't worry about it. Don't do that. Thank you stickers that say what I want them to say, not just thank you. They say thank you for supporting my small business. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your order. They say different little things, so it's not the same thing. Um, the numbering system. I've got the numbering stickers. It goes from zero to or from 1 to 100, um, which helps a lot. So yeah, um, just always find what works best for you, depending on what you sell. And because I always promised that I would make sure to post this one and talk about it heavily, this one, this one right here is the most important listing, in my opinion, in all of my listings. And I'm going to tell you why. If I want to sell different handmade or upcycling items, I'll be able to sell them all in my shop, or does it just got to be my bags? You can sell by auction or buy it now on any of your products. You just have to have quality listings um, for it to show up in your marketplace. So I utilize Canva. Between ChatGPT and Canva, I create most of the things that I need in a much faster way than I used to. I used to have to do it all by myself in Canva. But yeah, I use ChatGPT um, as my little personal assistant, and then I use Canva. So I love them both. I would not be able to do what I do every day without them. So as much as I'm not a big fan of AI, I'm using it for good, and that's all I can do. That's my part, is using it for good. So instead of knocking it and trying to live my life without it, I'm going to use it for good. So um, GPT, um, Golf Papa Tango, GPT. I use my printer for wash before wear stickers. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yep, use what you got. Absolutely. Um, so I make these, and it just has my handle and how to find me on other socials. And then I also use these. These are my little tally sheets. So after I'm done creating all my labels, now this system works for me. Again, it just really matters on what you sell and how you sell it. But as I'm making the labels for everybody's orders, I mark what box I chose for them. So that way I can go to my shipping area, grab all my boxes, bring them back. Because everything I do happens on this table. When I source, it gets brought in here and put into inventory. When I sell, it's on this table and I'm selling it. When I'm shipping, everything comes back to this table and I ship it. So got to do all the things. They sent you 12,000 labels. Holy schmoly. Yes, I have two thermals. I have a Brother QL something, and it's what I use for like if I have a class and somebody purchases a class, it'll have like all the class information on it, and it goes on their packing slip. Or for a while, I was using it to mark all my products, but then I'm like, well, this is a lot of sticker. This is a lot of, and so now I've condensed down a little bit different. But yeah, I have one dedicated specifically for my thank you labels, my tally sheets, and my packing slips and shipping labels, and then the other one's more for tagging product and things like that. Canva is free. There are things you can pay for within that program, but it is free. Yep. And if you're not of the creative sort, a lot of what they're going to offer you, you're going to have to pay extra for. But if you have that creative bone in your body, the paid stuff, you won't need it. You'll just be able to make your own stuff. And there are lots of free things in there you can utilize. You can also upload things and then do what you do with them. So yeah, I use Canva a lot. I've done all of my kids' birthday cards, all of our Christmas cards, graduation announcements, invitations to parties, all that. I make all that stuff using Canva. I don't, but I also like to, I like creating stuff. So, um, And eventually I'm gonna just be able to offer to like make stuff for people. But I really encourage you to do it for yourself just because it's very freeing once you realize what you're capable of doing. If it's a time thing, I don't mind, offering services, but I always recommend trying to do it for yourself. And if you just like for my mom, she's like, I don't want to do it. Just do it for me, please. I'm like, okay, I got you. So yeah, it's not for everyone, but if it is for you, you'll really enjoy it. Yeah, yeah, it is, and you have like a sense. There's a sense of pride to it when you create something for yourself. Um, but I also like doing for others too. So if somebody asked me, hey, can you make this for me or whatever, I would probably do it because it made me feel good to do it. Oh, goodness gracious. One second. My computer just turned off over here. All right. So any other questions? Any questions? Today's gone kind of easy on me. You got being easy on me today. Yes, it is a great feeling. Yeah, knowing that every order gets that sticker that I make is like my seal of approval, and it's my thank you. It's my uh like my little decoration inside the package. So yeah, it is. I really like it. While I'm thinking about it, um, tomorrow is EPP day. Learn along EPP for hand sewing. If you want to learn more about that, definitely come in the morning. We're going to be uh, going on phase 2 of EPP. I will touch on phase 1 for those that are new joining, but it's a wonderful sewing technique that I have absolutely fell in love with, and I should get yay. I had a bunch but didn't write them down. Now my mom, squirrel brain, has failed me. Oh no. Oh, I'm excited for you. I think you're going to. I mean, I know it's not for everyone, but since you also crochet, I think you're going to love it. It is a great crossover from crochet because you can do it anywhere, just like crochet. Um, and speaking of, I got my little 1/2 inch hexie papers in over the weekend. They're so cute because if you do the little 1/2 inch hexies, you can do applique. Like put, you can like, I'm so excited. So you can do really, really tiny stuff. Um, but yeah, so now I'm gonna have 1/2 inch, inch and a half, and 2 inch. No, ma'am, you do not. No sewing machine required. Now, when you finish a project, you may want to have it machine sewn, like to quilt it down, like to finish it. But no, it is not a requirement at all. A lot of EPP you don't even quilt because you can just add it to flannel. You could add it to a washcloth just so it has a nice, like there's so many things you can do with it. You're pretty much cutting up fabric, folding the fabric, sewing the fabric, and making new fabric. So yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. Now, my next goal is to find because I don't like wearing a thimble, but I am starting to get like super raw on my finger from using that teeny little needle and like rubbing up against it with the needle, not stabbing myself, luckily, thankfully, but it's starting to get like sensitive from all of the repetitive motion or whatever. They have some leather ones, but they look a little bulky. And this is how my brain works. I'm like, well, there's got to be a better way. So I'm going to find out about. I'm going to try the K tape and see if that works. I think I'm going to try just a little bit of K tape on my finger. Um, thimble tape. Oh well, of course it probably yeah. Did I think to look that up? No, I didn't. Well, that's good to know. But yeah, I was thinking K-tape because it's cheap and I can get it at Dollar Tree and I can just put a little bit on there and pitch it when I'm done. Yeah, the you randomly found it. Yeah, so I just need a barrier. I need something to a skin protectant. So I feel like just a little bit of K-tape will probably do the job. Um, or that, like when you get blood drawn and there's that terrible uh, wrap stuff, like just a little bit of that, or just something for that needle not to be rubbing up against my finger. And you've used it for, oh, okay. And did you like it? Did you feel like it was good to go? Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was my grandma had one. It looked like it was a yellow leather. It was really weird looking, and then it got like oil spots. I didn't like it. I thought it was nasty. I didn't like it. But if I could find something a little thinner, not so bulky, I think that would be best. We'll find out. We shall see. I have tried so many different thimbles. The metal ones definitely are a no go. There's some that are silicone. Those literally make my fingers sweat, and that's gross. So I don't like that either. Yeah, no, they just create sweat. You would think something this tiny there. How does it create sweat? It does. I'm hot natured, I guess. I don't know. But oh, and then there's one that's like plastic with silicone. I tried that. I have tried so many, and I'm like, yeah, I'm out on that. So K-tape, something like that. The mole skin, for like when you have a callus, I think even that would probably do pretty good. Just to like, just something there, just a little something. We're gonna try some things out because I'm not quitting. I'm not stopping. Band-aid. Now, see, band-aids and me don't get along. They're thinner though. I think that would be too thin. It does need to have some thickness to it because that needle every once in a while does kind of poke. Once you get after it for a little while, you kind of prick yourself a little bit. Band-aid might be a quick fix. It would be a band-aid solution, but I think something a little thicker would be better. Wellies. No, I don't even know what that is. What is wellies? I joke about finger condoms, but I don't like wearing gloves. Yeah, I don't think those are going to help either. Again, sweat factor. Oh, Dr. Scholl's thin pad. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Just a little barrier there. Something. They're Band-Aid brand and they don't irritate sensitive skin. Oh. So it's a Band-Aid, but a thicker Band-Aid. Okay, so kind of like that moleskin stuff. I think that's what that's called. I might be saying that wrong. Please don't make fun of me for that. Don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. They're fabricy. Ah, okay. Now, see, I do prefer fabric Band-Aid over regular Band-Aid. I don't like plasticky Band-Aids at all. But even the fabricy ones, to me, they're a little thin. They have pictures on them. Oh my gosh. Better for, yeah, and I definitely have sensitive skin. Oh Lord have mercy, do I have sensitive skin? I have to be so careful with perfume and soaps and all the things because it'll just rash out my hands really bad, dry them out real bad. Oh my gosh, I scrolled and I didn't talk about my listing down below. This is really important to me, and some people don't like it, and those are just not my people. But I have to touch on this before I get off of here. This is like super, super, super important. Okay, please click the picture below. Even if it's just to read the main little picture, you don't even have to swipe through it. I was saying that I was waiting for you. Oh. So yeah, do not do dead shows for the love of all. It is not petty. People have called, not me personally, but maybe they have. You might think it to be petty, but we work our butts off to do live shows. Period. It takes work to do Whatnot. Anyone that tells you otherwise is full of it. It takes work to do Whatnot. And if I take the time to create a show and load my inventory and go live and be present and interact and do the selling and all of that stuff, there is nothing worse than looking for shows that people are doing the same thing as I am, and they are in it to win it. They are here to sell. And then you see no live show, shop my bin. No live show, shop my bin. Or a show that doesn't mention that there's not a live show, but you go in there and there's a piece of paper on the table that says, let me know in the chat if you want something from my bin. This is a live selling platform. So if you're not going to be live, put it in the marketplace, put extremely detailed titles, descriptions, pictures, all that stuff. And people will specifically search for it, find it, buy it. There are two types of buyers on the platform, and you might be both. So if I'm looking for a specific thing, I start at the marketplace first. And if it happens to say it's going to be available in a live show, I will wait for it. I always like a good deal. If I'm not seeing it in the marketplace, I'm going to go to shows and I'm going to ask, hey, do you have this thing? Hey, do you know where I can find this thing? I'm going to look for it. I will not buy from shows if you're not in there talking to me, interacting with me. I'm not doing it. It is against, first of all, it's against terms of service. It's against terms of service. You are not allowed to have a dead show. You are to be engaging at all times. So if you have a not being live show, number one, I'm not going to it. I want to be there for you, not your stuff. I can buy stuff anywhere. I'm coming to Whatnot because I want to hang out. I want to see you. I want to have an experience, not just, if I'm going to shop, I'm just, I could do that on Amazon or go to the store. Like, Whatnot is for community, socializing, live selling. Yes. Well, I'm so glad. I look for both too. What if you don't have anything in the bin? Then you don't have anything in the bin. You don't have to. You do not have to marketplace sell anything. You can live sell everything. That's the other beauty of Whatnot. You get to choose how you utilize it, but follow the terms of service. It takes a lot of work to do a show. And here's the thing. Let's say here comes little Sally onto Whatnot. She's never been on Whatnot before. She goes in, she's like, ooh, I want to find some yarn. So she goes to the yarn category and she starts looking for a show to go into. And all of it, and every other one says no live show. Do you think Sally's going to come back to Whatnot if she can't even get a live show? No. She's going to be like, what the heck? And she's going to ditch out. So it does not help you as a seller. It does not help other sellers. It does nothing to help benefit this growing platform. If you're going to schedule a show, do a show. The end. That's all on that. That's it on that. All right. So next picture. One moment. That one's like my hot subject, so don't mind me. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Where's my other one that I wanted to make sure I talked about? Oh, this one. The instant payout. I get asked all the time about instant payout. Oh, I missed something. Hang on. I was planning on Fridays, but then my boss sister-in-law gave me extra work, and then I only have time for Friday. Aw, yeah, regular work can definitely kind of interfere. It does. But maybe, again, just do what works for you. So if that means you've got like an hour on a Tuesday afternoon or a Tuesday morning, like, whenever it is. Makers Market and Co. I missed what you just said here. I couldn't even believe when I came upon it. Uh-oh, what is that? About the dead shows? The no lives? Is that what you're meaning? Hey, Cat Potter. Yeah, isn't it mind blowing? Yeah, moving a show. There is nothing wrong with scheduling a show, and if you can't accommodate that time slot, move it. Allow those bookmarks to grow. That's the thing. So if you want people to bookmark your show, first of all, create an awesome thumbnail that grabs their attention. Make sure you have stuff in your shop for them to look at. Put some show notes in there. Talk to them when you're not there to actually talk to them. But if you flat out say that you're not doing a live, you are immediately not following terms of service, first of all. And it really irks other sellers because it takes work. I want to support you seller to seller. I do. That's not everybody. It isn't everybody, but it is me. I want to support sellers, but you have to sell. you have to do the selling. So, yeah, if you want a show that showcases your stuff, create the show, change the time. Change the time, change the day. It still lets you show up without that. The I'm not actually going to do a show, but here, look at my stuff. Like that's the thing. Like you can you can schedule a show and change your mind on when you're actually going to have it. But willingly and knowingly putting shows in and saying, I ain't going live, but I want you to shop my shop. That's just a whole different thing. And I just disagree wholeheartedly. I just disagree, and what not disagrees. So, good morning, Cat Potter. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with scheduling a show and moving it around. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Instant payout. If you are new to selling on Whatnot, they are going to be changing the minimum sales requirement. I don't know when it's happening. Just word's been out that they're changing it from 1,000 to 2,500 sales, individual swipey swipes. That's every swipe and win in an auction or buy from your shop is considered one sale. So, and if somebody does quantity 10, that's still one sale. It's the transaction. So right now it's only 1,000, and I say only, that's still a big number, but it is better than what it's about to be, which is 2,500. As soon as you hit 1,000 sales on Whatnot, you will begin getting paid from the moment you ship the stuff out, instead of waiting on it to be received. So if you get on this platform, get to selling as soon as you can, reach that 1,000 sales. You will get paid the second you ship it out, and you won't have to wait to get paid until a few hours after somebody receives it. That's the benefit of that 1K sales. You'll see people that are new sellers, and it's like, help me get to 1K, help me get to 1K. That's cool. That they should be saying that. You should be doing that. If that's not your goal, is to be a consistent seller, then reaching 1,000 isn't a big deal. Also, remember what your why is. Why are you selling on the platform? If getting paid a couple days after, or a couple hours after somebody receives it isn't a problem, then that may not be a goal you're setting for yourself. But if you want paid when you ship an item out, that's the only way to do it, is to get to 1,000 sales. So just keep that in mind. Whatnot's going to collect on 1,000 sales. That's $300 in the 30-cent transactions. So once they get their $300 in transaction fees, you're all set. But that number is going up, I guess. Not $2,500, 2,500 sales, 2,500 swipey swipes. No, if it was $2,500, that, oh, okay. Yeah, no, that, so here's the issue. A lot of people come on and for the wrong reasons, and they will sell and not deliver. They will, it's to keep the sellers honest. They are going to pay you out if you're showing up and you're selling. So I get it. Like it's really it's the hurdle that once you reach it, you're like, woof, okay. But again, if you're, say you're on sale number one, you hit sale one. Okay, now I want to try next week to do five. Just micro goal, celebrate those achievements. It's not about who gets there the fastest. It's about getting there in a way that helps you and doesn't bring you stress. It cannot be anything other than that. Yes, you can put all, yes, absolutely, Cat Potter. For a little while, I had seller support stickers. You could come in and buy some stickers from me. It counts as a sale. Um, it's just about getting to those sales. So that's why you'll go into shows and one of them will say, like, give my doggo a treat. And then they'll like give their doggo a treat right there on the spot if you swipe on it. Sticker sales, bookmark sales, anything that will help get those transaction numbers up. Um, and that is important. So if you do find a seller you absolutely love, and maybe they don't have something that you're wanting to buy that day, but you want to help them with their goals, you can go into their shop, and if they have that type of item, you can swipe on it and help them reach their goals. Yep, the small stuffies are still a ground shipping thing, so it's still, they're still going to be investing almost $5 in shipping and tax. So having items that are shippable in a flat rate in a first class mail envelope is ideal. That way, they're only paying 78 cents for their shipping. Um, that's how I handled mine. Anything that, any way that I could get a sale and still provide something of value. So I off, like for instance, I did yarn themed stickers, um, knitting and crochet themed stickers. I do sewing and quilting themed stickers. I have dog memes, cat memes, like all the kinds. So you could just pick whatever kind you like in exchange for you getting me that extra sale. Yes, I need to figure that out. I can't figure it out on how to do stickies. Hey, Anna, is that what you're saying? Okay, so let me pull up the next listing then. Got a few more minutes here. Let's knock out this shipping issue real quick. No, shipping settings right here. Okay, so if you click on this listing and swipe over, there's a visual guide on exactly how to do it. That the one down below, that's the one. It shows you exactly what to toggle on. You don't have to have, you can buy pre-made stickers. You don't have to have stickers made. Just find some themed stickers that bring you joy, that you think that your audience would love. My mom does Disney themed stickers. She orders bulk Disney stickers and she does those. I do sewing and knitting ones. I do again, like dog memes, travel ones, foodie ones, all different kinds. Um, but you can go to places like Sticker Mule and upload a picture and have some made. It'll just be a lot of the same one. But yeah, you can get stickers made on the cheap through different platforms. But I recommend first starting out just to get some quality ones. I wouldn't do any paper. I would do vinyl ones for sure. I have envelopes. Yep, because you don't have your first class mail toggled. You need to toggle on the first class mail letter. Yep, yep. Because without that toggled on, the cheapest shipping option Whatnot will allow is ground, which is at least 4 and change. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely make sure you have that toggled on and make sure it's on in the show that you are using. Usually it updates all of your, I think there's a way to set it where it will update existing shows. But yeah, you definitely don't have that toggled. Whew. Yeah. Gotta have that first class envelope toggled on. And you also have to choose stickers as the category. You have to be in the stickers. If you're sending stickers, the the category is stickers. Um, that's just if you put in there, if you're still under knit and crochet supplies, it's going to assume ground. It will never assume that it fits in a first class envelope. You have to use the sticker category for that specific item. How do you fix that? You go if you have an already created item, you go in and you change it to stickers, and then you go into your shipping settings, make sure that you have first class mail, and then you send me the item so I can check it for you because I will tell you what it's going to charge me for shipping. And until it says 78 cents, it's not right. You don't get to see the shipping as a seller. We don't get to see buyer shipping rates. So you also want to have somebody that you can be like, hey, can you check this listing for me? Have somebody that you can send it to just verify that it's showing up the way it should. And once it shows up for one item, it will show up correctly for any other item if you toggle it. Yep. That's what I did for my mom. She had the same issue. Her first show, she did 10 sticker giveaways and she was charged almost $50 for those 10 stickers to be sent out because she did not remember to do her first class envelope. And that's my mom, y'all. I helped that woman get her stuff started, and it can still happen. That's the cost of doing business on Whatnot is you're going to sometimes have to eat something if you do it wrong. But it also helps keep you from ever doing it again. So just know that make sure it's on, send it to somebody that can see the shipping rate and confirm that it says the right thing, and then you're all set. All right, before we rate out, are there any last questions or anything that I can help anybody with, or are we ready to rate out? And then I will be doing a pop up later today, probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll be doing a pop up. So, any last questions or concerns? Just let me know. Oh, and before I go, um, I'll go ahead and repost my. Down below is my seller support handbook. It's got all of the information that you can screenshot in the auction tab, compiled together in a 35-page handbook. If you are interested in doing that and supporting my show and these shows specifically, that's available below. It's $10. It's a Google Drive link. It's a full PDF with all the ins and outs of being a successful seller on the platform. Success looks differently to everybody, but this is just, the tips and tricks and, the mistakes I've made and corrected, just all compiled into, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You were the second person to purchase that. You and Marsha were what got me to get this book put together. You guys asking that day, and so thank you for that. Thank you so much because I never would have done it otherwise. I did create those screenshots, but I never thought to compile it into an actual handbook. And so you and her coming in and encouraging me to do that, I appreciate that a lot. So thank you. It's I hope it helps. I hope it helps people. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Um, so yeah, thank you. Oh, and a couple people got it today. So wonderful. Yeah, and so that will be a link that you'll get for Google Drive. If you don't have Gmail, you can still get it, but I guess it comes out weird. I had a few people with AOL and MSN email addresses, and they ended up sending me a Gmail one instead. So if you don't have Gmail, it may look a little funny. Oh, Jenna, yay! Oh, yay! I'm so glad you love it. Thank you so much for leaving a review. I love going and reading the reviews. You guys just some of the sweetest things. Like I can get emotional at times, but yeah, I just oh, Cat Potter, thank you so much. So do you have to pay shipping? Yeah, so I did this under a sticker listing. So when you purchase this, it does charge shipping. It's 78 cents in shipping, but I do send you a sticker pack. So you still receive some vinyl waterproof stickers in the mail and a thank you note from me for purchasing my book. So yes, it does charge shipping. Whatnot does not have a download option where we can negate the shipping charge. There's a pickup option, but that's also, I mean, I don't, I'm not, it's not a pickup. So I just send you fun stickers in the mail and a thank you card from myself to you for your purchase, and then that comes digitally. So yeah, you do pay shipping, but it is the least amount of shipping possible, which it should be about 78 cents depending on where you live. That should be all it is. So, and the second Whatnot allows us to do digital downloads and not charge shipping on our downloads, you better believe I'll convert it over right away. So, all right, last call on questions, concerns as a buyer, as a seller. While you guys do that, I'm going to load up a raid. Let's see where we're going to go. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to rate us into a really great seller. I'm going to rate us into Green 13. They are in the vintage jewelry category, and they've been on this platform for a long time. They're wonderful sellers. They are a great example, in my opinion, on how to sell on the platform. And so that's where we're going to go next. Oh, great. Thanks, B. All right. So everybody buckle up. Buckle up. We're going to go see Green 13. It's important for me to send you to a place that I vet as a great selling location, and Green 13 is definitely where it's at. So off we go to Green 13, and I will be on in the morning. Let's do some EVP together tomorrow, okay? Oh, and they're doing a state today. Yay! Okay, here we go. All right, see you guys this afternoon. I'll pop up later. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow.